Welcome to Ping 24 Updates, where you get the most important news and stories from around the world every day. Subscribe my channel and click the bell icon to stay informed. August 13th, 2025. A headline flashes. Manila defies Beijing, signs landmark defense pact with US, Japan, and Australia. The world pauses. From New York to Tokyo, the message is clear. The Philippines is no longer a pawn, but a player. For years, the South China Sea was a stage for tension, with many expecting smaller nations to yield to China's pressure. But this move signals a new era, one of defiance, alliances, and a nation stepping confidently onto the world stage. This isn't just politics, it's the result of a decade of strategic planning and reform. The Philippines, once seen as a quiet archipelago, is now at the heart of Asia's shifting power balance. Markets and diplomats scramble to respond as analysts realize Manila is now a crucial player. The message: the Philippines will shape its own destiny, not be dictated to by superpowers. Officials in Manila stress sovereignty and partnership, not aggression. This is about securing waters, protecting resources, and ensuring a stable future. The pivot is bold, a calculated risk for long-term survival and growth. For Filipinos, the headline brings pride and hope. Their country is making news for its strength and vision. The Philippines is leveraging its geography and economic momentum to forge a new path. It's a quiet revolution, economic reform, diplomatic courage, and renewed national identity. The world is finally watching, and this is just the beginning. The Philippines' strategic location at the crossroads of major maritime routes makes it central to global shipping and regional security. Once a passive observer, it's now an active, influential participant in Indo-Pacific affairs. This transformation is no accident. It's the result of deliberate policy shifts and strategic diversification. By building partnerships with the US, Japan, Australia, and Europe, the Philippines is protecting its sovereignty and economic interests. The country balances economic ties with China while firmly defending its territorial rights. Refusing to be drawn into one camp, the Philippines is emerging as a middle power, bridging divides and promoting stability. No longer just a tourist destination, it's now a linchpin of regional security and a rising economic force. Its young, English-speaking population and growing economy attract global investment. The Philippines is now one of Asia's most important countries to watch. The Philippines' rise is powered by robust economic growth, often exceeding 6% annually. In 2025, growth is projected at 5.8% to 6.3%, showing resilience and broad-based momentum. GDP now tops $471 billion, with a trillion-dollar economy in sight within a decade. Inflation is stable at 3.5%, attracting long-term investment. Infrastructure programs like Build Better More are creating jobs and boosting connectivity. Foreign direct investment has surged past $9.2 billion annually, a vote of confidence from global investors. Reforms like lower corporate taxes make the country even more attractive for business. Unemployment is at a record low, and a growing middle class is fueling consumer spending. While challenges remain, optimism is rising as economic gains reach more Filipinos. This strong foundation gives the Philippines the confidence to assert itself globally. The numbers tell a story of a nation on the move. Rapid growth often raises debt concerns, but the Philippines is managing its finances with discipline. The debt-to-GDP ratio stands at about 60%, manageable for an emerging economy investing in its future. Most borrowing is in pesos, shielding the country from currency shocks. Loans have longer maturities, reducing repayment pressure and ensuring stability. International credit agencies maintain investment-grade ratings, allowing the Philippines to borrow at lower interest rates. This saves billions and frees up funds for healthcare, education, and infrastructure. The government invests in projects that drive long-term growth: roads, bridges, digital infrastructure. Responsible borrowing today is building a more dynamic economy for tomorrow. The Philippines' prudent financial management is earning global respect. By keeping debt in check, the country is laying the groundwork for its ambitions as a major Asian power. The story is not reckless borrowing but strategic investment. The future looks strong and sustainable. For years, China dominated the Philippines' trade and investment landscape, but this came with political risks. Recognizing the dangers of overdependence, the Philippines is now diversifying its partnerships. The goal isn't to cut ties with China, but to create a balanced, resilient foreign policy. Trade and investment are expanding with the US, Japan, and the EU, while new free trade agreements are in the works. Infrastructure projects now attract funding and expertise from Japan, South Korea, Australia, and international banks. This diversification brings better technology, higher standards, and more financing options. The strategy is called strategic autonomy, making decisions based on national interest, not external pressure. By building a broad coalition, the Philippines can defend its sovereignty while engaging economically with China. This pragmatic approach marks a maturing foreign policy. The Philippines is no longer a passive player but an architect of its own destiny. The great rebalance is underway. The Philippines is forging a new coalition of friends to ensure a free, open Indo-Pacific. Revitalized alliances with the US mean expanded military cooperation and joint exercises. Japan is now a key security partner providing patrol vessels, aircraft, and advanced technology. Reciprocal agreements make joint training easier and deepen trust. Australia's partnership brings expertise in counterterrorism and maritime security. Trilateral cooperation among the Philippines, US, Australia, and Japan strengthens collective security. Defense ties are also growing with South Korea, the UK, France, and Southeast Asian neighbors. These alliances provide diplomatic support, military assistance, and strategic depth. The Philippines is empowered to protect its interests and uphold international law. This network of partnerships is a powerful deterrent in a volatile region. A new era of cooperation is taking shape. These alliances aren't just about security, they're engines for economic growth and self-reliance. In renewable energy, partners like the EU, Japan, and the US are investing in solar, wind, and geothermal projects. This reduces dependence on imported fuels and lowers energy costs. In the digital sector, South Korea and Japan are helping build high-speed internet and 5G networks, while US tech firms expand operations. Cybersecurity cooperation with the US and Australia protects critical infrastructure. Education partnerships with Australia and the US are building a skilled workforce for the future. These collaborations empower the Philippines to innovate and compete globally. By working with diverse partners, the country is building genuine self-sufficiency. The result, a stronger, more independent nation ready for the challenges of the 21st century. Partnerships are the foundation of progress. The Philippines' rise is built from within, with a focus on strengthening key sectors. Manufacturing is being revitalized, creating stable, higher-paying jobs and reducing import reliance. The digital economy is booming, with startups and e-commerce transforming the business landscape. Government investment in digital infrastructure is making growth more inclusive. Agriculture is modernizing, boosting productivity and food security for millions. Human capital is a top priority. Education reforms and vocational training are preparing Filipinos for the modern economy. Tourism is diversifying, promoting eco, cultural, and adventure experiences. By investing in manufacturing, digital, agriculture, people, and tourism, the Philippines is building a robust, diversified economy. Internal transformation is the engine of its regional power. The nation is rising, stronger, smarter, and more resilient. The Philippines' story is becoming a blueprint for other middle powers in Asia. The Manila model shows that a country can assert its interests without aggression or dependence on a single superpower. Strategic diversification and domestic strength are the keys. By balancing economic ties with China and security alliances with the US, Japan, and others, the Philippines maximizes opportunity and minimizes risk. Its success inspires others to pursue a multipolar, stable Asia. Domestic strength, economic growth, prudent finance, and investment in people translates to global influence. The Philippines is defending a rules-based order, showing that even smaller nations can shape the future. Once on the periphery, the archipelago is now leading the way, and the world is watching.